What's up, guys? It's Will back again. I'm here with an amazing panel of very handsome collectors. I'm wearing a blazer. It's a very special night. We got some collectors here. Not all of them are single, but they are ready to mingle. And we're going to go into Hot Toys Loki and Sylvie. We're going to talk about the Batman trailer, Black Adam, The Flash, all that good stuff. So make sure you stick around because you're not going to miss what is to come. Let's do it. What's up, everybody? Look at this amazing panel I have. I could not be more graced with their amazing presence. This is amazing. Guys, everybody's looking pretty fashionable tonight, but I don't know if everyone's looking as good or as fly as me. Lael even complimented me.
I just said you had on a blazer.
I know, bro, but I took it as a compliment.
You noticed.
You noticed it, so I'm going to take it as a compliment.
Will, why are you wearing a blazer tonight, bro, if you don't mind me asking?
See, here's the thing, Mario, because the people want me in the blazer. They've stated many times.
Do they
get
though?
asked about it. Yeah, I think they do.
He said,
I think they do.
he said, do they know?
I mean, at least for the ladies watching, that's probably what they want.
Well, I mean,
watching.
you know.
I saw the JB.
I just asked the
JB,
chat right
Mr.
there. I
JB.
just asked the chat if they really want to see you in a blazer.
Okay, yeah, I think they do.
I
mean,
was more
we'll
hoping
see.
for guns out myself, dude. But you know, the blazer won't work. It's all
probably
right.
not.
It's all right.
Maybe I'll do that for Optical Night's game stream tonight.
Please don't.
Oh.
Optical Night talk about weightlifting, so we're trying to, see who can bench press more. So, we'll find out over time, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah. So, guys, let's get started by introducing the panel here, and then we'll get into our topics. Anthony, 6Scale Mafia, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm glad to be here and just got some coffee and I'm ready to roll.
Anthony, you're also, I think you're missing an S in your username. It's like 6Scale Mafia.
No, somebody changed it. You know who changed it? One of you guys changed it.
Because I was wondering, I was like, something's not right there.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Let me
But
take a
nonetheless,
look at
dude.
that.
All right, Mario from Collecting Weekly, the man with the beard. How you doing tonight?
Doing good, man. Just trying to get, trying to stay on the grind and pack up the house and get out of here soon, man. So, yeah.
Can we have a party before you go?
Sure, man. Let's do it.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, let's trash the place before I leave.
Dude, that's what happened to me when I was in a dorm in my first semester of college. The second I moved out, my dorm mate had a party. So I'm not sure if that was a good thing or not. I think he was partying because I was gone. So
Yeah.
it's not quite as exciting as yours, but yeah. All right, so Mario, so anything else going on? Just packing and getting ready for everything?
That's pretty much it, man. Just chilling, hanging out. Just busy working here,
Yeah.
doing this, thinking of this.
Leo, what's up, man? I love the username.
Yeah, me too. I really do love it. I really do love it. Everybody out there, I just want to let you know, seriously, if you're a content creator and you're trying to get Optical 20 on your, I hope you got I hope it's in the budget. I hope you really, literally trying to get him in. It's like, it's, I had to, I mean, he there's so many requests. He requests to have a white room, hot dogs for some reason. I don't know what that's about. Popcorn with a hole in the bottom of the bucket. I'm like, I don't seriously. There's too many requests. You know what I mean? And seriously, he snubbed me a couple times. So. No, I'm just playing. I'm excited.
He is expensive, though.
I know he is. Optical 20 is expensive. Seriously, I had him on my show once, and I have to wait because I'm trying to build my budget back up. He asked for too much. I really wanted him on. It's like, so it is what it is. But happy to be here, man, with everybody. It's an incredible cast of individuals here. And I'm ready. We got, did it all for the Nookie. Of course, my co-host Mario for Uncivilized Scoundrels. And then, this guy.
I'm not even wearing a red hat, bro.
He snubbed me.
Like,
Should be.
Still did it all for the Nookie. All for the Nookie. But, yeah. But now I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy for tonight's discussion, bro. Let's go.
Yeah, man. It's going to be fun. Optical 20, the famous Optical 20. How you doing tonight, man?
You don't have an applause button still or what?
Oh, hold on.
Oh,
There
we
you
do.
go.
Good.
Optical 20. Thank you. The crowd loves you.
Crowd, those are KG's crowd earlier.
Yeah, that's KG's crowd. Sorry, KG.
Yeah, KG, don't. Yeah, sorry. Don't keep on streaming. But yeah, no, happy to be here, man. Not really. It's your honor. So, I really have better things to do. But all right.
Well, we're going to kill some zombies later.
See.
So that's
that we do. Yes.
Yeah. Did you play any of Back for Blood yet? Because I tried a little bit of it. It was fun.
I'm trying to get the. It's like the unboxing, man. We got
Okay.
here on
Okay.
camera. So.
Well, I've ruined it. I already unboxed it.
I
So-
did too. I installed it. So.
Oh, did you? Yes. It should be good. But guys, it's gonna be a fun one. Let's address the chat real quick. We have a super chat to address real quick. Lewis Libitz, dude, this guy's amazing. Sup, everyone. Will, Layout, Optical Mafia, and Mario. Hope everyone had an amazing weekend. Look forward to the show. You all rock. Thank you so much, Lewis. I know Lewis has been one of the like nicest dudes we've ever had on these streams. He really is such a cool guy. And I think we have another one from Cobra's collection, actually. Yeah. Dude, saw the back head of Keaton's Batman head. I got all the feels. Flash, love you guys. Keep up the entertainment. Thank you so much, Cobras. We're going to get into that. But that one's probably going to come a little
When
bit
is that?
later.
When are we going to get to that? Because I haven't seen any trailers.
Oh, you didn't see the Flash one? Yeah,
haven't seen it?
go watch it then, because we got a while.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it while
Yeah, watch it. Just make sure it doesn't play through this
No.
video. Yeah, then we're good. Guys, what we're going to discuss first, you probably heard this talked about a lot, but the Hot Toys Loki and Sylvie, because these have been probably the most breaking news besides the quarter scale Batman, which we just discussed on KG's channel. So if you guys want to hear us discuss that one, we can do that one too. Oh shit, I'm totally forgetting to address the rest of the chat. Hold on. Pretty Boy Prevails. Thank you so much for the confidence boost. Will, you have 2 shows tonight? Yeah. Optical Night Killing Zombies. Before we get into Loki and Sylvie, let me just address this chat real quick, guys. Let's go. Cobra's Collection, 16 Flicks in the house. Ryan, Anthony, Doc Smizzle in the house. Tukathri, always in the house. Nice, I love him. Nicolio, Simon, let's see. Chess Verdin. I think I'm pronouncing your name correctly. I hope so. The collector number 1, 2 Ferns, Joe Mama, Knight of Ren in the house, Philip the Fool, Nathan Alkard. That dude makes amazing bases, seriously. Very talented. And dioramas. Knight of Ren, let's see a Dream, 6 Scale Mafia, of course. Simon. Oh my gosh, Nicole. See, I told you
Nicole,
guys.
you're great.
Nicolio said Blazerverse. See, I made someone's day, so we're good. Bob
Nicolio
Dylan,
in the
dude,
building.
the amazing Bob Dylan. That man is super intelligent. He's the king of game show like trivia.
Yes,
he
yes,
really
yes.
is. Blazer is essential indeed. Will Blazed Up. Ashley Chase, hey guys. Ashley, thank you for joining us. DJ, big collector. And let's see, we got Hardcore Candy in the house. Also a super nice dude. I talked to him on Instagram a bunch. Jay Martinez, Mike Fayella in the house. Marks, Paul Ha. And that's it, I think. So with that said, let's get back to the Loki and stuff we were discussing. I'm going to pull up some photos real quick. I think we're going to start with Loki, just because I know this has been discussed a little bit in other streams. But I want to get everyone's thoughts on this. Let's start actually with Optical, because Optical, I want to hear, I saw your preview video, but I know you were saying, sorry to interrupt your trailer watching, by the way, but I want to hear what you think about this Loki. Like, what are your overall thoughts on it?
It looks good. Like if I was you, which
Yeah.
I'm not, thank God.
God damn it.
I'd get it. Like if I'm a Loki
Yeah.
fan, I get it right away. I mean, the head sculpt is amazing. I know people are saying about the price, but that's the price that we're in now. So either you buy Hot Toys or you don't at this point. But dude, look at that head sculpt. The layered hair, it's just amazing. I mean, the slick back. I don't understand how you gave this an 8.5. Again, I'm still on that train. This is at least a 9 in my opinion. The only I don't know. The only problem I see with this is that there's another Loki on the horizon. I don't know when that's going to come out, and that's going to come out first. So people are going to get that first. So this might not get enough love, moving forward. So who knows? Because that comes out, the hype is there. You'll get that, and I don't know what's going to happen to this, but it does look good. It does look good.
Yeah, it really does. And it's 8.5. I'm warming up to it a little bit more. When I saw the in-person pictures from Ryan Kirkwood and stuff, like it was pretty impressive. So Mario, I don't know if I've heard your thoughts on this one yet. What do you think about this Loki?
This is an amazing portrait, man. I mean, I'm looking at this photo right here, and I'm looking at Tom Hiddleston, dude. I mean, it looks exactly like him. Like Optical mentioned too, with the layered hair. It's kind of reminiscent to the way they did the DX11 back in the day. That they did also that hair and layers. So it's nice to see them bring back that that bit of a touch. But aside from that, I just think it's going to be way too late by the time this figure drops. It's getting a lot of love right now, because the series kind of just ended a little while ago. Yeah. But by the time it finally hits, I mean, it's going to be forgotten about, and I'm sure it's just going to be looked over unless season 2 drops around then. If they can play the strategics and try to pinpoint the release by when the season 2 drops, then I think they'll still have a winner on their hands. But other than that, it's a beautiful piece. The tailoring looks great. I mean, like I mentioned, the sculpt. It's a little lackluster on accessories, but I mean, it's Loki. What else? What else can you expect? But the missed minutes. This looks great. This is a nice touch.
Cool.
I really like that. That's really cool. I like how animated and everything it looks, and it looks great. But I am hopeful that. What do you guys think the chances are that they'll implement this head sculpt into the Endgame Loki that's coming out?
No, yeah,
0.
I think because this is an older Loki, so
What's the hair?
even though he's not supposed to be older because he's supposed to be from just out of Avengers, but Tom Hiddleston is older, so
Yeah.
But yeah, and the hair is a little bit different because in Endgame his hair was more wavy. Yeah,
But
With the helmet
if
and all that stuff.
it's just the hair, I mean, the hair can always be a separate piece. I mean, if they can
maybe,
just implement this portrait, I mean, I agree that it probably won't happen. But I guess
it's a good thought though.
Yeah, I'm on the fence. I'm picking that up, and if they do happen to do that, then I think that'll be enough to push me over and pick up that figure. But
yeah,
we'll see, man.
You got to get off that fence, Mario, because that is the Loki to get.
I know.
If you need one, but if you don't want a Loki, that's different. But if you want
it's
Loki,
not. I do want a Loki. I do want a
Yeah.
Loki, and the one I had the Ragnarok one, and I thought it was great. I loved it.
Yeah.
But just because of my change of focus, I'm like, I have to let it go. But at the same time, I'm like, I do kind of miss having a Loki in the collection. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. So Leal, give us your thoughts again on this figure, man. What do you think?
Nah, I think the figure's amazing. I mean, the head sculpt is on point. It looks just like Tom Hiddleston. The tailoring on the uniform is on point. I don't even mind the jointed, the exposed joints. I mean, I don't think there's any other way you could have actually done it. So I do like that. The accessories, I didn't mind it because, like I said, I mean, we're talking about Loki, so he doesn't really have too much. I mean, adding the missed minutes, of course, is, that's a great addition to this particular figure. And I love the sculpted hair. Like I told you before, like even earlier on, I always reserve my comments until we see the production photos because they can always be great with these sculpts until we see the production photos, and it might be slightly off or done totally different. So I always kind of want to hold my judgment until then. And on top of that, like I said, I mean, if I get this figure, judging from Toys' response on the last show, I will end up probably getting both this and Sylvie, but I'm just not going to pre-order it right now. I mean, I have way too many pre-orders, and this is so spaced out. You don't really have to pre-order it right now. It'll still be there on your radar when it comes out. So yeah, I'm just waiting on it. But the reason why I like this because I think it is. I mean, as much as I like the Endgame and the first Avengers figure. And the detail on that, and the simple fact that I missed out on that figure the first time around, but I have it on order, so I will have it. As much as I like it, I do like this figure because it is a step away from it. We're seeing Loki in a totally different light. And then the tailoring on the outfit is on. I mean, it's just on point, and I like that they actually take that extra step into making sure that it's accurate. I love the jacket. I love everything basically about this figure. And if you want it, I mean, I don't know if it'll work or not. I mean, you can probably swap this head sculpt out for the other one just to see how it looks. I don't know if you could, you might be able to. I'm not sure. But yeah, this is definitely, like, to me, as far as the head sculpt, it's a 9.5. Like, I mean, straight up, I'm looking at Tom Hiddleston right now. I'm literally looking at him. You know what I mean? So I do like that. But the reason why I haven't given it a solid 10 is because, again, this is just a prototype. Once I see the production photos, then I'll be able to tell whether or not, it does live up to the hype. But yeah, that's pretty much, even like, I know this is, just probably like, wow. I mean, the detail on even the tie itself is on point. Like, that is crazy.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
You know what I mean? So I like this, everything about the design of this figure is on point. So yeah, I mean, I'm in for it. I'm definitely in for it. I'm just not pre-ordering it because, like I said, I'm just kind of straying away from pre-ordering figures now, especially figures that we're not going to see for like another 2 years. You know what I mean?
Right,
and then hence, if there's any type of delays, anything going forward, I'll wait at least until I have everything else satisfied. I can wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's plenty of time with this one.
Leo, you mentioned something about you're waiting to see how the production comes out as far as the head sculpt is concerned. Other than the Tony Stank portrait that came out after that whole debacle, are there any other ones that came out recently that like weren't the same, or if not improved from the prototype that you've noticed?
It's a good question.
Not, I mean, because I think, you know what? I think honestly, they've learned from that, and they've at least tried to make sure that these head sculpts are on point. They probably let that one slide and thought that we weren't going to say anything about it, you know, especially, which, I mean, I look at that and I look at that head sculpt and I'm like, yo, that Ant-Man was much worse.
Yeah,
it was
really worse.
bad. And no one really, I mean, people talked about it, but they didn't make those changes.
It was just that smile, yeah.
It was just the smile itself. So recently, I can't say I've seen too many. But then again, like I said, recently I haven't really gotten too many figures that actually had it. I mean, that Rex is on point. That Rex was crazy. I love that Rex head sculpt. That is on point. I'm pretty sure once I get, you know, well, I should have received my Lando last week, but because of like the delay, you know, I won't get it until this Wednesday. Well, probably I would say Tuesday. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, other than that, I haven't really been disappointed. I think, you know, so far so good, but I always still reserve, especially when it comes to these prototypes. You know how it gets, man, because like I said, fool me once, you're not going to fool me again. I'll just wait and see how it actually goes. So
yeah, and Mario, some older ones, maybe not so recent, like Ant-Man he mentioned, and then Obi-Wan Kenobi Revenge of the Sith. I felt that was one. Like even Cap from Infinity War, that's another one. There are definitely ones out there. Yeah, that one I feel like the beard and the lip just didn't quite come out right. And the Obi-Wan one, the prototype for Obi-Wan was perfect. Perfect. And then the one that came out was like, it's okay.
Even the Qui-Gon for some reason.
Yeah, the Qui-Gon's still good.
It was good, but it was slightly. And the thing is the way they did it made like literally from a certain angle, it looks like he doesn't have a neck, and that's that's why if you see him in my display, I have him with the Parker on. You know what I mean? Because it makes it kind of takes that visual away from me. But recently though, I have there's been no complaints, and I think that they've kind of learned from it a bit.
Yeah. I think so too. Oh, so Optical, you're muted. Sorry. You're watching the trailer. You muted yourself.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of preference, but I think the old Marty is better. Like the Marty.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point.
That's kind of new.
Right.
I feel like that's kind of better. I mean, I guess it's preference, but yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a great question then, Mario, but they're definitely out there.
Yeah, that was a good question.
They're definitely out there for sure. And, and some people would even say the Rey, which I disagree because I thought the Rey sculpt was great, but it was kind of a little controversial, at least in the beginning. So
I think it improved because the prototype was really
I think
bad,
it improved too. The prototype was not great either, but, I think it turned out pretty good. So, but yeah, I think Leo's got a good point because I think we were talking about this in maybe KG is like the second season of Loki is going to drop before this figure even comes out. So there's going to be probably another outfit for him. So people are going to forget about this one most likely because he might have even a combat suit like Sylvie. He might have a new Loki suit. I would say that's most likely outcome. And this is a very specific one-off Loki. I don't think this has wide appeal. I don't like except for people like me who just love Loki and want to get every Loki. But other than that, I think some people will get this because the sculpt is great. But Leo also raised a good point about this maybe working with Avengers. I don't think it will because of the hair. The hair is like bulkier in the back. The helmet won't fit. Yeah. So like if you put him without the helmet on, it might work. But even then, the armor might get in the way because one with the Avengers, you see the hair kind of flicks out. It like flicks out and up, so like the helmet can go down over it. So yeah. But Anthony, what do you think?
I concur.
We left nothing for Anthony, man.
No, it's the
like
sculpt's,
a doctor.
The sculpt's amazing. I would say it's up there. It's at this point where this actual photo is like 9 to 10. Like it's really, 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 really good, and I really like the hair. That's the first thing that caught me. They're just doing better and better at like longer sculpted hair. For both of these figures, but. Yeah, it's a pass for me though.
Yeah, because you haven't seen the show, you said, right?
Yeah.
So
and the same thing too, dude. Like I'm getting out of MCU, and even if I wasn't getting out of MCU, I'd still pass because I would just get the Endgame Loki, and that'd be my Loki. I don't need 4. You know what I mean? I only need 1 Loki if I was gonna do it.
Right. Yeah.
This is like Bro Thor. I think it's gonna sit, and it's like so specific that if you really want this, I think you can get it for cheap. If you just wait.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a hot one by any stretch. Yeah, I really don't. I pre-ordered it because I got a good price on it, but I think Leao probably has the right idea on this one. I think it's such a, even if the argument is there's going to be a small batch because not a lot of people pre-order it, I think you can still kind of hold out for this one. I think you'll be fine. So yeah, okay. So we're gonna move on to Sylvie, and then one thing I kind of want to talk about briefly once we talk about Sylvie is, just to kind of tease the topic a little bit, is to talk about like how many is too many of one character, because I think for me, like having all these Lokis, I think that's something I kind of want to explore and see, like, your guys' opinion and perspective on like, which characters you go out for, which one you get all of them for. But before we get into that, let's talk about Sylvie. So Leao, with Sylvie, what do you think about this figure?
This is a day one for me, bro. I love this figure. I loved everything about it. Just, from the tailoring to the head sculpt, the accessories that comes with it. Also because, again, because of the comic book lore, Sylvie, who becomes, of course, Enchantress in the book, knowing that Loki
Spoilers,
created her. Yeah, right. So it does, I'm really excited about this piece, and I think they knocked it about. Again, I am still going to be reserved as far as the head sculpt until we see the production photos. But as far as everything that we see so far, the tailoring on that jacket, the uniform, the accessories, just her look. Yeah, I love it. I definitely love this piece. And it is, like I said, for those who actually get the Endgame / Avengers Loki, like, you can actually, this could be a decent companion piece to that one. You don't really have to have this most recent version of Loki. You can actually get this piece and, use that one as a companion piece, and it would still look great. So yeah, I'm definitely on board with this one, man. Like, I definitely can't wait for it. And it will hold up. Again, another piece that I'm not going to pre-order right off the bat. But as not if Toya has anything to say about it, because she'll probably be like, nah, you're getting this.
Right.
She'll probably end up saying pre-order it now. But yeah, I'm definitely excited about it, and even more excited about the simple fact that Optical just messaged me and said that he's going to get it for me just to kind of make up for all the mistakes of not coming on my show.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What is it with everybody buying you figures and statues, bro?
Because they
everybody love you that much,
it's
right?
my birthday weekend, bro.
Yeah, apparently
Birthday
I bought him
month.
like 4 statues last Friday.
Yeah, definitely. That's what's up. Love you for that, bro. Thank you.
I told you I got you, dude.
Yeah, it's funny, Leo. You make a really good point. I think with this figure, I think this one actually the sculpt is even better than Loki's. And for one, I think this figure might be more popular than Loki because she's actually in like sort of a Marvel-esque suit. Loki is not very toy looking. He's he's in a business suit. So this one actually looks a little more like I had presence on the shelf. But one thing that's funny, I guess I forgot in the show that she only has one horn. I guess I just missed that in the show. Because I looked up the photos and I noticed, I was like, no, that is accurate. She only has one horn and the other one's just not there. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess I just never picked up on that. But Optical, what do you think about this Sylvie?
I agree, man. I think it'll sell more than Loki because there's only one Sylvie for now. It can possibly be the next Hela for, a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's going to appear in season 2. I'm assuming she will.
Yeah,
but
sure.
How long that would be. And this could be a little bit of a Hela situation here because like Lyle says, she could pretty much pair up with anyone. She looks like a superhero. And I think the value is better in Sylvie than that casual Loki. Now, if you want to flip this, I think it has a short flipping life, if you get her, because, it all depends on season 2. So, but she looks so good. Like the head sculpt, the outfit, everything. What else would you want? So, yeah, I might even consider this. And like you said, dude, this would work out with anyone. You can put it with the female MCU. That would work. You don't necessarily need to get that Loki.
No.
Sorry, guys. I had to reboot my computer.
Yeah, you sound better now, Anthony.
You do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw you at KG's.
I was on KG's.
I thought I thought you had like your segment, so you just came back. No.
Oh,
No. I didn't know my mic was messing up, so
he loves KG. We all do. But he didn't give
I
us his damn
did.
tickets.
I'm just waiting for those tickets, bro. That's it.
Yeah, I know. Just give me those tickets. Yo, Anthony, I thought I heard Cameron in the background, bro. Like she said something and then you just dipped out real quick. So I
Oh yeah,
hope
she
everything's
wanted to
cool.
know what kind of sandwich I wanted.
Arby's roast beef. You guys didn't know Anthony actually dates Cameron Diaz.
Yes, he does.
So
Yeah, I saw that photo, man. I was like, wow.
yeah, he's
I know,
a lucky
right?
man. Yeah. He's a real lucky man. I mean, seriously, that guy, Anthony, I don't know how you do it, man. I can't believe
know,
she
bro. That's what's up.
asked you what sandwich you wanted.
Bro, how you think he affords all those you know what I mean, the figures and stuff back there?
Sugar
you know?
mama, dude. That's what it is.
And she
He's doing something right.
And she makes a good sandwich. That's what's up.
That's what's up, man.
That sounds like a win all around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Otto, you were saying you really like this figure, and you think
I
she
do like
could be a hella potentially?
She could be like a hella situation here where it's not a whole lot, and then her price is going to spike up, and people are going to want to buy her.
I see
for
what you did
something.
there. Hella and spikes. Look at this guy.
Yo, I did. That's
Oh,
dope. I like
Yeah,
that.
that is sick.
Hey,
But
was that in the
yeah.
budget? Did you because
I
you only get
know,
you only get a couple of those in the budget, bro.
He hired a writer, dude.
Oh, okay, cool.
They're on
Yeah.
strike right now, so
Yeah, exactly. They're on strike. But yeah, like this, you guys are right. I think this would go with any figure. Like you don't need business casual Loki to go with this one. Like you could put her with Avengers Loki and she would look fantastic. So yeah, or any other Loki for that matter. I think Dark World would actually look really good next to this figure.
Yeah.
So just
color
with the
tones
outfits.
would
Yeah,
match.
they're pretty similar. So, but Mario, what do you think?
No, I can only agree with what Optical and Lael said so far. And I didn't even think about the fact that this could be the next Hela, and I completely agree, man. I mean, she's a gorgeous looking piece. I think this figure comes with everything that it needs to. I mean, I appreciate the fact that it also came with the cloak as well. I mean, it didn't need it, but I can appreciate that it did. Although I'm wondering if anybody will be concerned about any of the dye rubbing off of the hair, for if they decide to keep it hooded or not. Just given past experience with some of these hooded figures and whatnot. But no, she looks great. Me personally, I thought when these photos first came out, it's been so long since I've seen the series to where I didn't see the likeness there. I didn't think it was 100%. I was thinking maybe, more of like a 60ish% in a sense. So then I went back and started looking around a little bit more, and I started to see the likeness, and it did start to I don't want to say grow on me, but I started to see the likenesses of the sculpt between different photos. But no, she looks great. I love the outfit. I mean, it's like you guys mentioned, this will look amazing with even with Avengers Loki. I mean, it's the same damn style. I mean, she's a
definitely.
Loki
Yep.
variant in general.
Yep.
And what's crazy too is that you mentioned earlier you didn't notice the one horn thing.
Yeah.
Over here in SoCal, there was a ticketed Disney event, Oogie Boogie thing, right? So what it is basically is that they let these people come around and they basically cosplay, and there was a lot of Sylvie cosplayers out there dressed up, and that's when I noticed that was one missing horn.
Oh, really?
From a lot of these cosplayers. So I was like, oh snap! So then I went back and checked it out and noticed it was a thing. So that's actually a nice touch that
Yeah.
What
what's the name of the event, Mario?
Oogie Boogie Holiday
Are you
Bash.
sure
or something
this is
like
sponsored by Disney? It looks like
It was an OnlyFans event. It was an OnlyFans.
Hey, yeah,
Boogie Boogie.
yeah. I'll take you next year, Optical, when you come out, dude. We'll have fun, man.
I don't know if I want to go, but
Optical's going, bro. He's going.
kind of scary wherever you go to, Mario.
But yeah, I think you
man.
guys make really good points about this figure. She looks great. And honestly, I think I'm ready to come around. I'm giving Loki a 9.
Wow.
Looking at the pictures again, I'm happy with. But I think Sylvie's sculpt is even better. I think Sylvie's sculpt is dead on. I see the actress absolutely there. I see the character. That's insane.
That's nice.
That's
This photo
that
right here
pose
really
looks-
captures her. Like,
Honestly, you can put her in that pose. I think she looks better with with the robe on. She looks a little thin without it. Like some of the proportions look a little bit odd. So maybe it's just because the hair is so poofy, it makes the head look a little bit bigger. But yeah, like with the robe on, I think she looks perfect. Yeah, that's just a cool badass look right there. So seriously, yeah, this is gonna be a cool figure. I'm definitely gonna get this one. I'm just trying to figure out where I'm gonna order it from. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just because maybe Alter Ego actually.
Let's just
So-
cancel another year next week.
I already know where I'm pre-ordering it from. I'm getting it from Optical's budget.
Hey, we'll see.
Just don't tell us where you guys order.
Yeah, exactly. Just don't tell
definitely
anyone.
oh,
Exactly.
that's under wraps now.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Keep hell yeah, keep that shit under wraps.
Guys. So because the Sauron's eye is watching, so yeah, supposedly. But how many of one character do we need? Because we're talking about the topic of Loki, right? So Loki, I have every Loki so far. I have Avengers, I have Dark World, I have I'll have the new Loki, and I'm going to keep the original Avengers Loki. How do you guys approach that decision? Like, does it depend? Like, do you really got to love the character to have more than one, or how do you approach it? So, Leia, I'll start with you because I know you're a Spider-Man guy. So, how do you do you get all the Spider-Man? Is that only for Spider-Man? How's it work?
That's the thing. Like, I think bro, I love this question, by the way. So I'm glad you mentioned it because it's really an important question. Because I love Spider-Man so much, yes, like I have to have them all because I'm just such a fanboy when it comes to Spider-Man. You know what I mean? So there's not one spot. There's only probably one that I don't have, and that's just. But I actually pre-ordered it. So I mean, I bought it, but it should be coming, which is the Spider-Punk. I finally just caved and got that because I have to have it. And just I have this idea of how I want to pose it, so it's going to look kind of crazy. But if you have to really, really love the character, like for instance, like I love, pretty much there's certain characters that I love that I actually have to have all of. Vader, of course, I have to have all the Vaders because I love Vader. Exactly. I just have to have every Vader. I mean, pretty much if it's a Star Wars character, you might as well say. Kylo Ren, I love the Kylo Ren character, so I actually had to have all the Kylos. I know it's an unpopular, subject. I have all the Reys because, like I said, I mean, it's just me being a Star Wars fan. I'm just subjective when it comes to that. But yeah, I think that you really have to love the figures in order to get them. And it can be a connection. It could be just basically the look that you like, if you're, like an attachment to that figure. So I don't think you necessarily have to have all of, the figures, whatever. Like for me, I don't have to have every Batman. I don't. I really don't have to have every Batman figure. There's only a few that I have, and I'm good with that. Wonder Woman, however, I'll get every single Wonder Woman character that they release, and that's just the way it is. I told you, even if they release a Wonder Woman quarter scale figure, I'm getting it day one, because that's just an attachment that I have to that figure. I just love the figure. I mean, I love the character. She's a beast, so I love that character. But yeah, I think that it's one of those things where you have to have, an attachment to the figure. Or to the character in order to really decide whether or not you want to get it. Now, with that being said, it's not me enabling anybody out there. It's just to say, for you personally, you might have an attachment to certain figures that you want. Like Will loves Loki, so of course he'll have all the Loki figures. You know what I mean? Anthony has an attachment to like Star Wars lore. Optical has an attachment to Smucker's hot dogs. So of course he's going to get
them all.
Gotta get them all.
Pokemon.
Yeah, but no, I think it's mainly like you have to have an attachment to that character to decide whether or not you want to have multiples of that character. You know what I mean? Leia, of course, I'm a Star Wars fan, so I had to have every Leia figure, every Luke figure. When it comes to Star Wars, I pretty much will get multiples depending on the look and depending on the saga, and of course Spider-Man and Wonder Woman. But any other IP, I really don't have to. Like there's no way in hell I will have every Iron Man figure because I don't think I need it. There's no absolute need, for that figure. Therefore, I won't get it. Now, it just depends on which model. But yeah, you have to have the love for that figure in order to get it. So that's what I think anyway.
I think I agree with that for sure. So Anthony, what do you think about this? How do you approach it?
Well, I mean, Lael just took the words out of my mouth, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's like if you have an attachment, it's weird, right? Like you go through life and you find things that just stick to you, like specifically. Like you, for example, you like really like Loki, right? There's things like growing up for me, especially with Spider-Man and Star Wars and X-Men, right? So given the fact that, I've read comics my whole life, you would think like this was amazing, right? We have this MCU now, so we've got our heroes come to life, but I don't have that kind of connection. I'm excited that those movies are out. That's kind of why I'm pulling back from MCU, to be honest. But like, if you really enjoy something, then only you're gonna know, right? Like when I see Spider-Man, I'm like, I have to have every single Spider-Man. But again, like what Lael's saying, like if I see Iron Man, like I'm cool with like a Iron Man. maybe 2, depending, right? But like Spider-Man, they're gonna if they make 57 Spider-Man, I'm gonna have 57 Spider-Man.
Right.
And it's gonna look badass. Like it's just
right.
gonna, you know what I mean? And same with Star Wars. Like I don't mind having multiple Lukes, you know, because again, like you were saying, it's parts of the saga. So it sucks because everything looks awesome, right? Like even these figures we just looked at, they look great, which is what I brought up earlier on KG stream, right? But you don't have to buy it. So you have to like, you know more, you know, yourself than anybody. So it's just like, don't worry about it. It's not like the end of the world if you don't grab this specific figure. Just get the ones that you really, really love. Really, that's really that's the best thing I could say.
Yeah. So Optical, how do you approach this?
I got like a different criteria. For example, for Iron Man and Spider-Man, they're too different that you could practically buy them all and they wouldn't look the same. Right. Like Iron Man, unless you buy repaints, then they all look the same. But 46 to 5 to 1, so you can have most of them and they don't look the same unless you buy something like that cherry red and all that stuff. So with Iron Man, I kind of approach it like I could, because they're so good. Like all the Iron Mans are good, but you kind of pick which one really like talk to you. And you don't pick the ones that are just kind of they made up, like the concept arts. At least that's my approach, right? It might not work for everyone. Now I love Batman, but I do the same thing. The thing is, I love Batman, but I understand, like, let's say BVS Batman and Justice League Batman are kind of the same, so I picked one, even though I love Batman. To me, they're like they're kind of too similar, even though they're not. I don't really need both. Like with Superman, BVS Superman, Justice League, one is brighter, one is more dark. But at the end of the day, it's like they're sitting down. They're the same. One is just brighter, one is just dark. Yeah. So I was just like, all right, I just pick one. I'll just pick one. Whatever movie that I like at that point, or whatever the bigger picture is, which is like a Justice League. You can mix it up with other characters and all that stuff. So that's how I kind of approach it. I love Superman, but I only have like a handful of them, like 2 really: Man of Steel and Justice League one. I skipped the BVS. I might get this black one with what's his name, Nightmare Batman, just because it looks different enough. But yeah, there's like it's an educated guess basically. It's up to you how much you want to dive into it. For example, if I love Loki, I would probably skip a couple because they look, at least for me, they look almost similar.
Right.
That I could kind of live with not having some. And then, because the thing is, if you skip one, my mentality is, okay, I didn't buy this, so I can invest this to another figure. For example, Sylvie. Because I didn't buy this, so now I save money and the space to have 2 almost similar Batmans. Do I want to have 2 similar Batmans, or instead of this similar Batman, I buy Aquaman, for example? So that's just kind of how I approach it. It might not work for everyone, but so far for me, that's my approach to it.
Yeah, I think these are all really good thoughts, because I've always said we all have to be selective about what we get, right? We can't get everything. There's too much heat dropping for all these companies. There's statue companies are stepping their game up. Hot Toys is releasing 1 million figures. There's too much to get. And there's a new film or new show like every couple months, right? It's crazy. So same goes with Loki for me. Like, I'm going to get this Loki, but, after that, I don't know how much longer Loki's going to be around in the MCU, but I don't know. I'll probably get every one, but I can't do that with every character, right? So because you'd be bankrupt and have no space. So it's a very tricky subject. But Mario, what are your thoughts on this? I want to hear how you approach this.
So I don't know. I'm a little bit, I'm on the same page as Lael as far as the Star Wars stuff is concerned. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave that out of it because I tend to pick up everything.
Right, my dude.
So, but aside from that, depending on the character, like everyone has already said, if you really have that much attached to the character, like my favorite superhero is Batman. So there was a time when I wanted to have every single one, but then after thinking about it, I think I'd be more happy with like one representation of each actor that portrayed the character himself. So
Good point. Good point.
I've got my Bale. I've got Adam West, and I've got one of each one. So that's how I'm playing. That kind of strategy there. There's also other factors as far as like display is concerned. You mentioned earlier about Iron Man. In my case, what I want to do, I just want a Hall of Armor set. Just for the 1 through 7. So I want to buy all those expensive die-cast ones just to put them in a box. The same way that the Optical has this in the background. So for me, my focus on that is just 1 through 7. But ideally, if you have the budget and you can do it, I would just, me personally, it's just best if you really have that emotional connection with the character, that would warrant, that kind of collecting to where you can justify having, each and every version or figure of that same character. There's a guy in one of the statue groups that has every freaking Vader statue that's out there.
Really?
It's crazy. It's crazy,
Yeah.
dude. Just watch this dude unbox everything, and then this guy's room is like incredible. With every art print that's out there, there's a Vader there. With the Vader here, and a Vader here, and a Vader there.
Nice.
It's amazing, dude. He's like, they're basically all the retail ones, and it looks great.
Yeah, the tricky part about that, Mario, is if you do that, it's hard to collect much else.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
that's the dilemma, right? So like, do you want sort of diversity and cover a wide spectrum, or do you want one spectrum and consistency? So
And that's the thing where you really have to have an idea how you want your collection to look and to keep to that focus and try
Right.
to stay as disciplined as possible. It's so easy to stray aside from that because there's so much good stuff that I see coming out personally that I'm like, oh, that'd be so dope to have that. Like when Carnage came out, I was also in that same boat. Oh man, that'd be cool to get both of them together. But then I'm like, nah. I mean, the thought crossed my mind, but then after a
Right.
while, I was like, nah, forget that.
Yeah.
I
And your
need
thoughts
to
and
stay
opinions,
focused.
they're always evolving.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's
And in 2
hard
years,
to stay in that
yeah.
lane. It's just
Right.
it's kind of like
But-
what Optical was saying with the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, but in my case, just because there's so much Star Wars that's just dropping, and it is kind of, I don't want to say I'm drowning it, but it is kind of more. It's not as easy to stay caught up as it was before when there were just fewer releases far and few between. But now that Star Wars is a hotter commodity, that's where I have to like force myself to stay focused.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
However, in the statue game, I'm a little bit more diversive right now.
Yeah,
my
you got
statue
some Game of
pieces,
Thrones
but-
statues, dude. I'm excited for
Game
that.
of Thrones.
so.
I mean, I went ahead. I told myself that I'm not going to get a comic piece, and I did it. So
Was it
yeah.
which comic pieces did you get?
the Jim Lee Hush Batman, the one.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Because that was there was two things that checked off that box for me. It was my favorite artist. I'm not much of a comic person, but
Yeah.
some of the times when I did follow it, Jim Lee was my favorite artist, along with Batman being my favorite character, and it was a perfect 1-2 combo where I felt like I was going to kick myself if I didn't pick it up.
Yeah.
So I had
It's a
to
great
pick it
piece,
up.
dude.
Mhm,
Yeah,
and I can't wait
it's
for
a
it to come in.
And it's interesting because Optical, you weren't on this. We were having this discussion on KG's stream. Like I was talking about how this Loki and Sylvie are probably going to slide under the radar because they're popular now, but the Hot Toys is getting the pre-orders up before Eternals, before No Way Home, before Boba Fett, the Book of Boba. Like we're at Obi-Wan Kenobi. We're gonna have so much content coming from just MCU and just Star Wars. Just think DC, Batman. We got Black Adam. We're gonna have Shazam 2 in a couple years. Like we're gonna have what was the other one? A Flash. So that's coming out soon. Like there's so much coming out. So that I think ties into the topic of how many can you get of one character, because do I need, like, for me, yes, because Loki's my favorite character. But if you're just a regular Loki fan, a casual Loki fan, I don't feel like you need 5. You only need 1, right? So that, because what if you want to get some of the Eternals, or what if you want to get a Spider-Man from No Way Home, maybe Doc Ock or something? Like that's I think where the discussion comes in, because you gotta, like, I think it's got to be like your top 2 or 3 favorite character to get multiples of a figure, like top 5 at least, because otherwise, like, it's just like you're going to get into dangerous territory where you're not going to be able to get other things you want.
That's
So-
the dilemma, because we always talk about, like, oh, you only get what you love. What if you love 10 characters?
Right.
Kind of like, so now you have to pick like just the top 2. You got to list down your characters, write down who's your top 10, I guess, and who's in the top 2, and within those 2, 3, however you can afford, obviously, and then take multiples.
And
of
every
it.
collector's different. Some people can afford
Yeah.
more, some can't. But it just, I mean, that's just in space.
And it all
So-
depends too on what kind of collector are you. Are you just a displayer? Because if you're a displayer, then it maybe it's nice to have, just, let's say, all Vaders, and it would look nice. But if you're somebody like Lyle who likes to pose and have a scene, it makes more sense for him to have more characters than the same character, because you can tell a story with Sylvie and Loki instead of 2 Lokis. So I guess it all depends on what you do with these figures. Are you just putting them out there? Because like Mario said, like if you're all Vader and you got like art prints, that would look nice. Somebody walks in all Vader. But if you're going on Instagram posting these guys, and then it makes more sense to have more characters because they can kind of interact with each other. So.
Yeah, it's a good point. It really is. So, and we have a super chat actually from Rodrigo, dude, one of the guys from the Mafia. So Mafia man,
Rodrigo.
6 Mafia. Hey, Will, as usual, love your live. It is a 501st. I'd say you need around 16. That's Ryan from Jeddah Patrol. Because that
Now
man
Rod's
has
there
so-
now.
Yeah, Rodrigo has that many?
He's like 9 or 12 now. Last.
Oh
last-
my
Damn,
God, Rodrigo.
nice.
You went full Jeddah Patrol. You never go full Jeddah Patrol. You never do that.
You can with Clone Troopers, bro.
Oh, okay. Well,
keep
I'll trust
fighting
you
that
guys
good
to
fight,
do
brother.
Yeah, Rodrigo's such a cool guy, so I'll let him slide on this one. But yeah, I think this conversation is really interesting. We'll probably pick it up another point, just because there's so much to talk about with it, and I think it's so contingent on, dependent on the collector and just how much you love that character. You know, there's just so
no
much.
matter
into
what,
it.
we all need to have discipline. That's the main thing.
Discipline. I know you, Mario, and Anthony mentioned that word. Like,
it's true. 'Cause you can. Everything looks great.
Yeah.
Like this, because this film, it's supposedly near 3 hours long, but
Wow,
they said
cool.
like the rumor is basically it's kind of like it's a detective film. The Riddler is kind of like a jigsaw type character where he's Batman solving murders and things like that. So it's really honestly, this trailer dropped at the DC Fandom event and it is crazy. So I want to start actually with Mario on this one. Mario, did you see the Batman trailer? What did you think of it?
Yeah, man, I saw it a few times, dude, and it's freaking amazing, dude. I can't wait for this damn movie to finally come out. I mean, when we first found out, who was playing Batman, I mean, I wasn't, the biggest fan of that guy.
Mm-hmm.
For some, I can't think of his name off the top of my head for some reason. All I just think is
Robert
Twilight.
Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson. Okay.
Yeah, Pattinson.
But he's done Pattinson. But he's done some other. He's been in some other roles where he's just been phenomenal.
Yeah.
So there was this one that I still need to check out that he did with, I think it was Willem Dafoe when they're both stuck in the lighthouse.
Yep.
So yeah, I heard that was really good. But yeah, there's so much going on in this damn trailer. I mean, we've got the Riddler, we've got Catwoman. I mean, she looks amazing as well. It's so stylized too, this look of Batman. I mean, I love how and a lot of people also said this, how the cinematography looks absolutely amazing in this trailer, dude. So, I mean, it's visually stunning. Colin Farrell is a Penguin, dude. Yeah, he's got a little bit of that Robert De Niro vibe going on. So it's like, dude, that's gonna be sick. But I am so looking forward to this film, man. And it's like, I don't know. I shouldn't get my hopes up too high because I really don't want to lead to have it disappointed. But I mean, I don't see how this film can possibly flop. Given who's behind the film. With the directors and the writers and the cast and everything, it just sounds. It's written to be a hit. In my opinion. So there's no way that I can see this thing flopping. No, but I'm absolutely excited about it, and I sincerely hope that because of this Batman, that it'll just be like a one and done. Yeah. Because me personally, I'm getting tired of sequels of the same thing. I can accept like a reboot, but if something is so good like the Joaquin Joker, that if they could just leave it as a one and done and really not, just try to tarnish the legacy of that film with a sequel, or potentially tarnish the legacy of that film.
Right.
I just wish that these movie studios would just stop doing that just for the sake of the art. But it makes more business sense,
money,
considering how much. There's so much money involved. So from a business perspective, I understand it, but it's just me personally. I'm not much of a fan of it.
I get what you mean. Yeah.
But no, it looks amazing, man. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. So Optical, what do you think about the Batman trailer?
Dude, I think we're watching it because Mario, we have this chat going on, and then he posted it, and we were just, oh shoot! And I was just, I'm not gonna lie, I love this kind of film. I gravitate more to the Nolan-esque style, like the DC style, when they're good, right? I gravitate more to the dark theme of DC,
dark and gritty,
gritty, because I like it when they kind of make it as realistic as possible. I mean, you can't. I mean, it's a guy dressed in a bat. How can it be realistic? Can you do that? But if you do it the right way, like a Nolan-esque, I gravitate more to that. I told Mario, man, this looks so good. I have so much hype for this. There's only two things that can happen to this. It's either it's really, really good or it's really, really bad. Bad in a way that it's so realistic, it becomes boring, right? Like kind of like that's
exactly
action. That's my fear. Although I don't want it to be that way. I don't want it. I want it to have like a good middle ground. Because it's kind of slow paced, like the trailer, and then they're giving us this beats and whatever. But what if you're actually watching the movie and you only get this montage? Because that's their complaint about Joker with Joaquin, where it's kind of like you could remove the name Joker and it's not a DC movie anymore. I personally loved it, but I'm just a bit scared of that. But I have high hopes for this. And hopefully it does deliver. It looks like it will. So
yeah, I think it will too. Leia, what do you think?
I think I'm most happy about the simple fact that it's the Jim Lee run. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And Jim Lee is pretty much one of my favorite artists. As far as directors, Matt Reeves is incredible.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And if it's in his hands, I kind of trust it. There were some phenomenal shots. The sculpt, the cinematic sculpt of this movie is impeccable. Like it's amazing. I think they've selected the characters well. They kind of play off of each other. And again, like I said, people who were on the fence about Robert Pattinson, I mean, look, if you see some of his, mainly focus on his indie films. Indie films will show his range. He's a phenomenal actor, like, and people just don't give him the credit that he deserves as an actor. I know there were some people who had questions about his physique. There was a shot in here where you see him from the back. He looked buffed. Yeah, I mean, and seeing that Zoe Kravitz is playing Selena Kyle, I'm definitely excited about that. And just the individuals, and then again, like the Penguin, the shots, like the shot that that, and again, like one of my favorite shots, two of my favorite shots is one, where you see the lights from the bullets flashing. You see him basically walking through it and just slaughtering people as he goes, and then the end, the perspective or the vantage point from the Penguin upside down looking at Batman walking towards him, that was phenomenal. Just actually seeing that shot. And I have full confidence that this is going to be incredible. Like, I really do. And the thing is, the reason why I say that, like I've been saying, is that DC needs a win. I want them to have a win. And I think that, this revision of it is going to be phenomenal. But I just can't, I can't take away from my excitement the simple fact that this is the cinematic Jim Lee run. You know what I mean? And Matt Reeves has already said that this is the way it's going to be. Like, that's what they're looking at, the detectives aspect of those comics. And we get a chance to see Batman as a detective, not only just like as a loose cannon when it comes to like brutality, but at the same time, the detective. And on top of that, like, I'd be remiss if I didn't, look at the simple fact that we are going to get the proper, what is he called? What is his name? I keep forgetting the character. Damn.
Penguin?
Riddler?
Nah, not Riddler.
Yeah.
That we're going to actually get a different aspect of the Riddler in this film, and it looked. Again, and people were actually referencing this before. It definitely gives you a 7 vibe. It does.
Right.
Just from that angle. So I think Matt Reeves really wanted to give us like different aspects of these characters, and I'm so glad that and even the biggest thing about this, and I know people like they had their reservations about it based on all the issues that they were having with the film, from the pandemic to Robert Pattinson to, just like not really skeptical about whether or not this was going to be good. People were talking about they wanted the Ben Affleck, movie to actually be portrayed and his directorial debut with Batman. There were all of those things, but I always reference this back to Rogue One and all the issues that they actually had with that film. And look how phenomenal that film turned out to be. You know what I mean? So I think that with this film, I have full confidence that Matt Reeves and the rest of the cast is going to pull this off. Hats off. If you would have heard Jim Lee talking about it, he was like, this is one of the most phenomenal films. And not just because he's worked on it, but that he's seen, you know what I mean, so far, you know what I mean, it's been getting high praise from, that aspect of it. And when you have the artist talking about it from that way, bro, like, it says a lot. And, I just can't wait. I really, really can't wait. On this, and I'm very, very optimistic about it. Come on, DC, get that win, get that under your belt. Let's see this actually happening. I'm definitely excited for Robert Pattinson and Matt Reeves and everybody else that's contributed to this film.
I'm wondering, before I get to your thoughts, Anthony, there's a lot of good questions in the chat, but Mike brought up a really good one. Do you think they're going to do the whole Bruce Wayne parents' death scene? Personally, I think we can skip. I think so too. I think it's kind of like the Spider-Man, Uncle Ben thing. What they did that just kind of was not in the new Spider-Man films. I think we've seen it enough that I think they're just kind of maybe suggested hint at.
We've seen it.
God,
If
Mike,
they briefly
spoiler
touch
alert,
on it,
man.
Yeah, they'll
be
briefly touch
okay.
on it, say like, oh, this was a thing that happened, but I don't like even Joker showed it. So it's kind of like we've seen it. I think it's like the Uncle Ben thing at this point. Would you guys agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not upset if they throw it in there, but it's just kind of like, do we need it? It's already a 3-hour movie.
I don't think we actually need it. I think basically because right now, especially when you're listen, we've seen that narrative so many times, but we know that that's part of what fuels Bruce Wayne. You know what I mean? And we know that, you know, that aspect of it kind of gives him that vigilante type of loose cannon, you know, feel from it. And when they were, you know, they interviewed Matt Reeves, he said that we're going to see a totally different version of Bruce Wayne because we're going to also see his demons, like his personal demons and his struggles, you know, as not only just being Bruce Wayne, but the simple fact that he picks up the moniker as, you know, just him being Batman and the struggle to live on that dark side and try to, you know, at the same time have that sense of justice. You know what I mean? And that moral code. So it's like, I like the simple fact that we're tapping into, because he was like, we're not going to see that polished playboy that we always see. You know, we're going to see a totally different version of Bruce Wayne, you know, and again, who's ever basically read that run, it was phenomenal because it was like you did see a totally different version of Bruce Wayne. So I'm hoping that they capture that, you know, in this film. So yeah, I don't think that they need to show. They don't need to go back. We've seen that so many times. So
yeah,
I think they might bring up some sort of like little slight homage or something like that, or just hint at it, like a real the subtlest
exactly.
hint, like maybe him
Something
walking
quick.
down the alley or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. But
But
we've just seen it a lot. But it is. But you are right, Leo. It is an integral part of Batman's character. Like his parents' death is literally his motivating, like inciting incident. That's literally what makes him who he eventually becomes. So without that, it just doesn't. Like the Spider-Man in the new films, that's not exactly the case. But with Batman, I feel like you can't. Like it's got to be there somehow. But whether they touch on it and highlight it a lot,
they don't necessarily need to.
Yeah, exactly. But Anthony, what do you think? Are you excited about this film?
Yeah, you know, I am, because I love Batman too. It's crazy because we keep getting Batmans through, you know, the past 30 years. It's just nonstop new Batmans. Like, but I think this looks amazing. I'm right there with Lale, man. This is like comic book. This is like year one. He's gonna be more damaged in the head. You know, he acts more impulsive. He's still kind of learning, and I think that's going to make him realize that he can't just be like that, you know? And that's how this detective work's going to start coming into play, and how he can kind of control his emotions and try to figure out, you know, whatever it is that's happening. And yeah, I mean, it looks dark and wet and cold, you know, that's the kind of vibe I'm getting. And again, like everybody was saying, the cinematography alone, just from the trailer, this is setting me off. This is like, you know, this grandiose, like comic book, you know, angles and art and color palette, like that. Dude, it looks awesome. And that middle picture, I mean, he looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know, I was the same with Mario in the beginning. I'm like, oh, it's a Twilight guy. I'm like, I don't know, you know. But then, like, after seeing more shots and then seeing this footage, I'm like, all right, this is gonna be dope. And I think Matt Reeves is amazing too. And I don't think Warner Brothers is even like meddling with them, kind of like what happened with the whole Justice League and everything.
Yeah,
you know,
Matt Reeves is a big enough director to get mostly a free reign. I feel
right. He's like, yo, I'm gonna
kind of
make
like what
this
Nolan
movie.
got. I feel like, you know.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna do it my way. Just it'll make money.
Let me do it. Yeah.
You know, let me do it.
I mean, his Planet of the Apes films came out really good. So
and you know,
I'm stoked.
And you know what? Like for instance, look at the amazing work. Like when before we saw the Joker. Like before we saw that film, I can't be the only person that was questioning, like, yo, what the hell is this?
Oh yeah, I was.
No, yeah,
especially
me too. I was like, what the
when you
Especially
saw the
the
makeup.
look.
Exactly,
The look,
especially the look. That film was released. It was one of the most amazing films I've ever seen in my effing life. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, billions. It earned billions of dollars, and then on top of that, it wins an Academy Award for Best Actor. You know what I mean? Like, come on, this is what they're going. They're like, okay, now we see what we can do when we kind of step out of the way and let these people kind of have their run.
$1 billion film. Joker was
exactly $1 billion film. Now, am I saying that this is going to be nominated for Best Picture, Best Actor? I'm probably not. But cinematography or as far as the storyline and having this, they're going for money. That's what I'm saying. They're going for big money, and they know that they can actually earn it. And again, like I said, they're going to kind of let these people like have their run. I think that Matt Reeves, he's a perfect choice, bro. Matt Reeves is on point for real.
Yeah. And the villains, like you guys mentioned, the villains, that's what's hit me too. It's more like akin to the Arkham line. You know, it's like, okay, they're serious villains. That's why they're locked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not too campy. And yeah, dude.
I like the aspect of like, I know Optical and I will want to like maybe hit this point because they're hitting like a serial killer aspect, but you can tell this kind of has a Dark Knight-ish vibe to it, but maybe even darker than that. So because it's like a detective story. So like I said, what I've read so far is there's nothing really about the plot, but like Riddler's like a serial killer and Batman's sort of like, he's like a Jigsaw type character. And you know, he's going to Batman trying to solve these crimes the Riddler's putting out for him. Like I think they're going kind of with like a Heath Ledger type Riddler with Paul Dano. You know, where he's like more sadistic and dark, and like that's what I think what's going to win people over.
And DC
should not try to be Marvel. The only thing they've succeeded at being Marvel-esque is Shazam. Shazam is the one where it worked, and Aquaman is kind of more MCU-ish, and that worked too. But other than that, for the most part, they should do the Jokers, and they should do the Batman, and even Black Adam. Like those are working really well for them. Even Snyder Cut, right?
Yeah, and Paul Dano is an incredible actor, bro. Yeah. If you've seen him in what was that bro? I literally the only movie that I ever cried for a character like that because I just felt him was what was that movie he had?
Little Miss Sunshine?
No, not that one. It was with Wolverine. What's his name? Hugh Jackman.
Oh, you're talking about Prisoners.
Bro, I cried because I was like, yo,
intense. That's the
bro, it broke my heart because they did him so wrong, bro. And he was like trying to tell him like, yo, it wasn't me. And he couldn't because of, you know, him being who he was, bro. And I'm like, yo, like he showed his range in that I'm like, yo, I don't know why he wasn't nominated for an Academy Award. That's the thing is because he should have been, but yo, they picked the perfect person to play this role. Like, and I think he's going to kill even his voice, bro. Like he's going to kill it. He's going to kill it.
Yeah, he's going to kill it. So, yeah, guys, I'm excited. I'm interested to see what figures we get out of this because I think, like I was mentioning, like we're probably going to get a Batman for sure. We're going to get probably a Catwoman. So Selena Kyle. You know, I don't think we'll get much else probably, but who knows? Maybe we will. Just depends on kind of how well the movie turns out.
You know, real quick too was the I love the way that they went ahead and redid Something in the Way, the Nirvana song. You know, that little touch they did to it, that was so good
in every trailer. Yeah, like
exactly.
And I didn't think it was going to come out this soon. March. I thought it was going to be out maybe like later next year.
Yeah, March.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not far.
Yeah,
dude.
not
That's
far
like
away, man. I'm actually like really amped. I'm hoping this is going to be like a top.
I think
this may like be the top tier Batman. I hope.
Well, you don't like Dark Knight.
It's either going to be really good
Anthony
or
doesn't
shit.
like Dark Knight. So.
I don't like Christian Bale, man. That is
yeah. No, we might have to kick him out.
I hated. I thought he was an okay Bruce Wayne, and I thought he was a horrible Batman.
But you like Heath Ledger, right? Heath Ledger.
Yeah, I like Heath Ledger. I think that's a general like. Yeah.
So who's your favorite cinematic Batman?
Yeah.
Did you like the film, Anthony, or just not Batman himself?
I just didn't like Batman. I didn't like him as Batman at all.
Okay.
The films are cool. I like Nolan.
Yeah.
I don't know. He sounded like he was like overacting it, you know? Like it just didn't feel like in my head it's, you know, it's either whatever I'm reading as comics as a kid or it's Kevin Conroy's voice in my head. You know what I mean? So like it's just preference. You know, the movies are cool, but they weren't my favorites.
Yeah. So, guys, here's what I think is going to be another favorite. Because look how big The Rock is. He
doesn't even need a padding in there.
Yeah, he doesn't need padding at all, dude. He's not Homelander. He doesn't need padding, right? I mean, seriously, this guy is so big. Like, it's ridiculous. But you guys saw the Black Adam trailer. Optical, let's start with you. How did you feel about it? Because I absolutely loved it. They didn't show much, but it was great, I thought.
It looks like the darker Shazam.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
It's The Rock, and he just chokes somebody out. And, dude, I mean, this is a Hot Toys. this is a Hot Toys through and through. They just got to use GI Joe's head
Dude.
sculpt or something.
Optical, I was saying on KG stream, you know how many people like on eBay are going to list this head sculpt? Because you can use The Rock for a Jumanji figure. You can use him for like so many other figures, and people want a good The Rock head sculpt.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a kit bash.
Well, there's a new one now with a skeleton on it. Have you seen that? Like a
No.
third party where it's freaky. It moves, like the jaw and all that stuff. It's weird. It looks
But
like
this is going to be a
skeleton.
sick figure out. To look at the hood and everything, and like the chest lights up. Oh my god, dude!
This might be our key for Shazam to be made. Because
Yeah.
I want a Shazam figure as well, and I'm pretty sure at some point they're gonna cross paths. Who knows? Maybe.
But what do you think about the trailer, Optical? Were you impressed by it?
I did like it.
It's a
I-
teaser, but
Yeah, I love it. I mean, DC should just embrace this thing that they're doing and not, like you said earlier, not be Marvel.
Yeah, keep it
But-
dark.
Yeah, keep it dark. Just keep it dark. Don't
Yeah.
follow what they're doing. But
Yeah.
dude, I love this. I'm excited for anything DC that's gonna come out. But it looks like they're headed in the right direction. After that, Justice League from
Yeah.
it might not continue, but at least the trailers that they showed, it looks pretty good.
yeah. I mean, and it looks. I'm interested to see The Rock as a superhero too. I want to see that. I want to see, even if he's a villain, a super villain rather. But I think I would like to see him in this universe. And I think it's time, and it makes sense for him. And I think this is a good character for him to play.
Yeah.
So yeah. But Mario, what do you think about this Black Adam trailer?
I really don't know much about the character to really give any sort of critique, but I believe he is a supervillain already, isn't he? Isn't he a villain in that universe?
Yeah, I think he's going to be a villain. Leal knows more about him, and Anthony probably, but I know he's definitely a villain. Black Adam.
Black Adam.
Yeah, he's going to be like a anti-hero, because the thing is, he's he's like a barter type of person. Like, I'll help as long as it's benefiting my people. You know what I mean? And the thing is, it's like, even in the IP, like in the books itself, because right now he's protecting his people. His people come first. Like, he's like the DC version of Submariner. Like, right now, it's like, he can't be trusted. I'm just going to tell you like that. He cannot be trusted.
So he's like Loki, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, but
I was going to say, can you elaborate more on Submariner too? Because I don't know who that is either.
Right.
Oh, Submariner? You don't know who he is? Namor in the
Oh, I've heard the name.
I've heard of them. I just don't know.
I
Yeah,
don't really either, Mario.
so basically, like, they are anti-heroes of their IPs. Like, they literally, it's for the people. You know what I mean? Like, but in Marvel, Black Panther and Submariner have beef to the point where Submariner completely is responsible for half the death in Wakanda, and so in return, Black Panther slaughtered everyone in Atlantis. Like, it was basically a war. It was a war between both of them. So they absolutely hate each other. You know what I mean? So in this, you have, first off, a lot of his Black Adam is completely a beast, but his family were also killed. But he's mainly all for his people, but even basically, even to the point where if someone within the ranks of his people kind of step out of line, he's just that type of person.
Yeah.
But there's, like I said, he's one of those individuals where he believes that what he is doing is right. So from that aspect, if they're telling the story from that aspect of it, then there's going to be certain. He's like a Killmonger type of individual.
Gotcha.
All right.
If you see it from that part, you'll probably be like, well, damn, I can understand why he is the way he is, but even with that being said, it's still wrong. You know what I mean? But
Right.
yeah, like he's definitely a beast. But seeing Rock's passion behind his character, and that he says it is basically, something like a dream role for him that he's been so submersed into. And on top of that, seeing how he's been a champion for Henry Cavill, they both have the same agent. Who knows? We could actually see him in this film as well.
Ooh.
I'm basically, I'm rooting for it. We have Hawkman again. We have Atom Smasher, Dr. Fate. Seeing these particular characters in this film, I mean, I can't wait, man. I really, really, really can't wait for this film. So
Yeah.
that's just my second.
It's my second anticipated behind the Batman for sure.
Yeah,
from
he's-
DC.
Really? Yeah.
I think he'll be pretty good, man. He's like, you play Dungeons and Dragons or something like that, he's more like chaotic neutral character.
I have no idea. What that-
Like, well, I'm just saying.
I know
like,
what
good
Dungeon D&D is, but I've
yeah.
never
Well,
played
hey,
it.
I gotta bust out the D&D.
You gotta bust out the reference, dude. Go for it.
You know, well, like good and evil comes second to him, right? To his needs, in that respect. So if it's whatever objective he has, it doesn't matter. You know, there is no like moral compass in that respect. But yeah, he's gonna, too. It's gonna
So
look dope.
he's
It's
kind of
gonna
like
be
the
dope.
Punisher, or like Lael said, Killmonger, or something like that.
Yeah,
where he's a
around
little
that,
more
you know what I
morally
mean?
gray.
Don't you can't stand in his way of his objective.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's
And we don't
no,
have any
like,
Exactly.
context of who he's
I'm
killing
good
in
or
this
I'm
trailer.
evil. That is
You know?
that is below. You know what I mean? That there's no.
He's not like
consequence to him.
Shazam or Superman, where he's
Exactly.
like
Those guys
inherently
are like
good,
lawful
pretty much.
good characters.
Right. Yeah. He's not a prototypical hero. Yeah. So
Well, wasn't
If
this
anything, I'm gonna
film?
like it.
Wasn't this movie originally like announced in like 1979 or something like that? Now it's like finally being dropped.
I don't know. Was
You
it?
know, something like that. I mean, apparently this was like announced like many Comic Cons ago, and to see it finally be in development and we're finally getting a trailer out of it, it's pretty surreal to say
I
the
think
least.
Ryan made a really good point, Mario, about he said all villains think what they do is right. Definitely the most compelling ones, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except the Joker. He's just a chaotic lunatic. But everyone else, like, they fully believe that what they're doing is for the best
Yeah.
interest of for people, basically.
And that's what was so amazing about Thanos.
Right. Like, he fully believes he's
Hey.
doing what is necessary and what is right for everyone. And same with Darth Vader and the
Right.
Emperor. They feel like what they're doing is, good for the galaxy. So, they're power driven, but at the same time, they do feel like what they're doing is right. So, that's what makes the villains compelling. And I think Black Adam will fit that mold. And honestly, that's going to be a sick ass hot toy.
And then
Like, with
what
the hood and stuff. Oh my God.
dope, real dope. And then
Yeah.
what Alvin J just said, he is almost as strong as Superman in most series, and he literally is. Like
Really?
Oh
bro,
shit!
he's bro,
He's
literally,
no joke, yeah.
bro. Like literally, there was, and not to cut it short though, there was a sequence in the comic where Superman really, as fast as he was flying, hit him, like literally hit him in the face. Black Adam looked at him and was like, finally, competition.
Really?
Like literally.
Yeah.
He said, finally, competition, bro. And it was
Damn.
on. That battle
That's
between
scary,
both
dude.
of them spanned several comics, bro. Literally.
Bob
Yeah.
Dylan said Black Adam's a Sith on steroids. He also said Thanos was
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I
Thanos
agree.
did nothing wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but guys, let's move on to the next one because I think you guys might be a little more excited about this one than me. This is the new Flash film. So there's obviously a Flashpoint thing going on where there's multiple Flashes. There's 2 Ezra Millers in this screen alone. So, and then we got Batman kind of doing the voiceover. But you guys saw this trailer. Leia, I'll start with you on this one because I know, Mario, you probably know a little bit more. I've seen Batman 89, but I haven't seen Batman, what was it, Returns? I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah.
So I got to watch that. So I know
What?
I think that's a big selling point of this film, the Batman thing. So
Yeah.
But hold up, you ain't
what'd you
seen
say?
Batman Returns?
no, I've only seen 89. Yeah. I was
And he
born
just
in,
barely watched
I was
it.
born
I
in
think.
91. He's
Oh,
gone.
he quit the show.
Yeah.
The man who
Yeah,
said he
he
didn't
said
like
it.
The Dark Knight.
Yeah,
come
I
on.
mean,
Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
You
No, but
gotta
Andy,
watch
it's
those
funny.
too.
And I empathize with you because when we talked about Man of Steel, and I said I did not like Man of Steel, really, everyone just like basically left the chat. So
Yeah.
like,
You
they
didn't
were
like
done.
Man of Steel either, Will?
No, I don't really like Man of Steel that much. The fight scenes. Mario's come
Yeah,
on.
I gotta agree.
Wow.
Damn, everybody's got Leo. Are you leaving me too, man? Nah, you'll stick with me.
Because everybody left already.
Oh, yeah.
I can't not just leave you hanging.
There's a conspiracy.
Can't
I'm
leave
being
my brother
gaslighted
hanging.
here.
But no,
What do you think about this, Leo?
I think the only thing, because there's a couple of things that I'm excited about. And in regards to representation, definitely, I'm happy that they're bringing this version of Supergirl into into the universe itself. And that's mainly because inclusivity. I'm always for that. And on top of that, like I watched the interview with this actress when she was first told that she was going to be Supergirl. She broke down crying from a sincere part. She was so happy, to take on this role, and I'm so glad that she's going to play this role. I can't wait to see her on film. And come on, man, Keaton, like to get Keaton
Yeah.
back, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
I mean, like that's. I don't care what nobody says. that's my Batman, bro. Like that's just
Nice.
that's my Bruce Wayne, that's my Batman. And I'm sorry because like I
Yes.
said, that was just the version for me. That's the version I grew up on that I saw in theaters. I mean, Adam West, of course, is what I've grown up on, but
I was gonna say, dude, you're
Yeah.
older than me, and Adam West
Yeah.
is my Batman, bro.
yeah.
So,
Well, no, but Adam West is my television version of Batman.
all right.
But when it comes to film, of course,
Yeah.
Keaton, is my guy. But yeah, of course that Ezra Miller, there was a redemption quality for him when I saw the Zack Snyder's
Yeah.
version of the Flash. But with that basically being said, I have to see the storyline to this film because I'm still not on point. I'm excited to see it, but I have to. And then don't forget, Ben Affleck will be in this film.
Yep.
He will be in this film. He will basically make an appearance in this film. I mean, but again, they're going to have to explain a lot for me, especially since they're not taking it from the original Flashpoint. That's why they took the name out of it. So I'm going to have to kind of just sit back and
Yeah.
see. But I am excited. Because I'm a fan of comics, bro, I want both Marvel and DC to win. I want them to be equal, but separate in a sense where DC has its own thing and they're not trying to copy off of Marvel. Marvel has their own thing. But I definitely want them to be successful. But again, I have to wait and see, how this is going to play out. And if it's, don't just, he said Ezra Miller is not Barry Allen. You're right. He's not the Barry Allen, because the thing is, with Barry Allen, there's not a lot of comedic value. Yes, he might be slightly funny, but he's not too funny. And on top of that, he's intelligent, highly intelligent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And on top of that, he's intact with the Speed Force. I hope that they really, now that we've gotten, the Zack Snyder version, and they really showed what Barry could do with the Speed Force, I hope we see a lot of that. I hope we see more of that, in this particular film. I'm definitely excited to see it.
Yeah. So Anthony, what do you think? Because I know you're a big fan of Keaton. So what do you think about the prospects of this film?
I didn't even know it was a Flash movie, dude. Like,
That's that's a little bit of the problem, though. You scared he's kind of going to overshadow Flash a little bit?
yeah, for us older guys, yeah, I think so. Because I mean, the whole trailer is narrated by Michael Keaton,
Right.
and then you see him, and then you see the Batmobile. So like, I just couldn't pay attention to the Flash stuff. I had to like
that's what I'm worried
rewind it and
about.
like check it out, because I was so amped to finally get Keaton back that and it's weird, like Lael's saying, this isn't Flashpoint. They changed it. This is I don't know if they're like, I know they're trying to be separate, Marvel and DC, right? But I can't help but feel like this is gonna be like a No Way Home kind of Spider-Man thing, or maybe he's hitting multiple universes in the movie. Because if you're gonna have Affleck and you're gonna have Keaton, they don't exist in the same universe. So
Yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna do. So, but I'm stoked either way. I don't really care for him as Flash, but Snyder Cut, like you guys said, like made him a little more relatable in a way, a little more tolerable. But I think he runs weird too. I don't know. It's just a little.
He
pet
does
peeve.
run a little weird.
It's like he's like swimming.
Yeah,
or
he's
something.
It's a weird
but,
kind of yeah,
and he's kind of quirky. He's not very Barry Allen in that respect. But dude, I'm stoked. As Lael said,
Yeah.
Marvel, DC, I want them both to, what I mean? Because that's
To
what
thrive,
we
yeah.
want. I want them to succeed, and I think they're really working between this and the Batman and Black Adam. It looks like they're going in the right. You know what I mean? In my opinion, they're going in the right direction.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think that's my problem, where I'm probably least excited for this one compared to the other two, because Flash, I love Snyder Cut, but Flash is still my least favorite part of it.
Yeah,
He's
same.
just
I love that.
out of the group. I love everyone in the group, and Flash I still like. I don't dislike Flash, but he's just my least favorite. Even though he does save the day in the end, which they made him so much better because he's so much more valuable in this one than he was in the first one. with Joss Whedon, the Joss cut. But at the same time, this one, I don't really know much about this film, but I did see that it's directed by Andy Muschietti, who directed the It films, and they were very good. So to me, I'm happy for him that he's helming this, but I don't know if he's done big films because it's pretty big, but at the same time, it's not a superhero film. So we'll see how that goes.
Right.
But I'm excited just for based on that. But Optical, I know you watched the trailer. What did you think of it?
I was watching it. I mean, I'm mostly excited for the suit, how it would translate to Hot Toys. But what I said earlier about DC being dark, this is not. Yeah. I feel like this is not.
This is the opposite.
Yeah, this is the opposite. This feels more like Marvelous, kind of like, and then you give a fan service of putting, the second best Batman ever. So you got
second best
Wow,
behind
fight
Bale.
words.
I'm with you. The Bale's my favorite, but I haven't watched Batman Returns yet. So
Oh, you haven't?
No.
You could skip it. So
Anthony's dying.
Pfeiffer, yo.
Anthony's
Get
dying
the
on the
hell outta
inside,
here.
dude.
Get the hell out of here.
Anthony's dying.
you're not missing much.
But
But
Steve Bradley.
no, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I hope that the story. I have no idea I haven't seen a Flashpoint or whatever because I feel like it's just too much for my small brain. But I don't know. Hopefully it's good. But as far as translating this, I'm just more excited that it's gonna translate to Hot Toys. So it looks better than the I guess
the Snyder Cut one,
than the Snyder Cut one. As far as the film itself, I'm just excited that we're gonna see another movie. Whatever this is, I'll still watch it, whatever the results is. So.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I think it'll be good. I guess maybe Black Adam would had that dark feel to it, and it felt so unique. I was like, this is a badass, taking the perspective of a villain. The Joker is doing that, but at the same time, it's a more grounded, gritty film. Black Adam looks like it's just going to be sort of not grounded, the opposite of grounded, and more like a superhero film, but also dark at the same time. So I think that's a unique touch on that. But Mario, what do you think about this Flash film? What do you think about it?
No, I agree with Anthony. He nailed it when he said that this is all basically a Michael Keaton, type of film.
That's what I'm worried about a little bit. I don't know if that's a problem.
No, it's the nostalgia. That's what's really bringing it back. And also, I think the fact too that a lot of collectors that missed out on the '89 Batman are probably gonna have a second chance to pick it up. So, but I really didn't care for this iteration of the Flash either. I mean, the Flash in general, to me, is whatever. Ezra Miller as well. I really couldn't get into his character, his own portrayal of this character himself, and the same kind of rubs off on me in this trailer as well. Granted, we didn't get too much, or either we didn't get too much, or I was still just concentrating on the fact that Michael Keaton was around in this trailer, and to see that little background or the back of his head, and Ezra Miller pulling off. The cover for the '89 Batmobile, but the fact that they didn't show it was oh, come on, man. We all know what it is, but they didn't show it. You think it was a Tumblr? Can you imagine?
Oh god,
that would be hilarious.
Oh shit.
He's like, you know what? Fuck it, we're putting the Tumblr in.
But no, I don't know. I don't know the storyline in detail as far as Flashpoint, like Lael and Anthony probably do, but. From what I understand of it, this seems to be some sort of iteration of it, the same way that Civil War was to Marvel. You know what I mean? I mean, what is it? It wasn't exactly Civil War, but it was their own. It was a cinematic interpretation of of that. So I still kind of get that same vibes. I mean, considering that we see multiple versions of the same characters in different multiverses, like I think Anthony said it earlier from Far From Home or No Way Home or whatever.
Yeah, and it's weird because in Flashpoint he just goes back in time, and the changes that he made changed the present. But this seems like multiple universes. That wasn't really the case with Flashpoint, and that's probably to Lael's point why they dropped the name because originally it was supposed to be Flashpoint.
Yeah.
Were we supposed to see more characters in here too? I mean, other than I thought Wonder Woman was coming out.
We still could. I think because like I said, remember when they showed this trailer, they said in development. You know what I mean? They said still so they didn't really show too much. It was just a quick snippet and then they were out. You know what I mean? So again, we could still see these characters in it. I thought I read something where I don't know if now last I heard Wonder Woman was in it, but then again they could have changed that. I'm not really sure. I guess we just have to see. But
what if Keaton isn't Bruce Wayne, but what if that's Thomas Wayne? What if they
Oh
played
my
that
God.
out?
Everyone's going to be
How
pissed. Just don't
how
do
crazy
it.
would that
Just
be,
don't do
dude?
it.
You know what? But that would be dope as hell.
It would.
Wouldn't that be
but-
crazy?
It would be dope, but it wouldn't be according to the actual story. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we'll see.
It'd just be like throwing things in, just cherry picking.
Exactly, and I can see
making
them
this
doing
weird.
that. That's the thing.
But he's
But-
older
Yeah.
too. He could be
Yeah.
Thomas Wayne, and then the real Bruce Wayne, which is Christian Bale.
I know, huh? Right?
Shadows.
Oh,
and-
my
No, but in the
God.
story, didn't Bruce Wayne die?
Oh my
in
God.
the story, and didn't Martha Wayne become like a
Oh,
version
Martha.
of the Joker or something like that?
Good old
Yeah.
Martha.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Martha brings people together. That name,
She
it
does.
just really does.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is that's my aunt's name on my mom's side. Her name is Martha, and
Nice. It's become a
when-
meme
when-
at this point.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
so when I have her in my contacts, I put a photo of that meme as her contact.
Oh,
Like, why
dude.
did you say that name?
Exactly, bro. But yeah,
So, yeah, that's
I'm
crazy.
excited for this one. I'm still looking forward to it, but just least anticipated of the three because the other two blew me away. But this one is like I'm excited for it. I'll definitely go see it first night, but it's not something I'm just like dying to see. But I don't know as much about
Yeah.
Keaton like you guys, and
Well,
you
that's
know,
the thing. If
Flash
they
is my
brought
least
it in-
favorite of Justice League. So
I think it's gonna work though, dude. Like I really do because
think it will,
the nostalgia, like we were saying, for Keaton. But then there's people like you, that that just didn't,
Thanks.
that don't have that
No.
attachment.
Well,
I know what you
and then
mean.
you made,
Yeah, because
like,
the thing,
Flash.
everybody on this panel except for Wilk, I'm sure remembers the Batmania that came out. How crazy it was! The whole damn country
Bro.
went nuts when that Keaton movie first
was
came
that
out.
92?
No, it was
89,
89.
and then-
89, bro.
89,
But
bro.
the first one's 89. The second one's 92, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I was
Yeah.
born in 91. So
And I
you
saw
know.
both of those with my mom. That was cool, man. Like I remember that stuff. I know it's a little, whatever. but
Man,
she
I
took
remember
me
standing
to
in
see
line at
both.
Batman. Yeah, everything.
Same
Yeah,
here,
dude.
dude.
And then we went to like our, Atomic Comics afterward. She took me comic book shopping. Like those are
Oh,
cool
okay,
memories.
okay.
So I was like, this is,
And,
and then that
you know what?
Superman came
We'll
out.
talk about that sometime.
Everybody and their grandmom had like this huge, like supersized giant Batman button that you can actually collect. You can get like
Yep.
all the
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
and Prince, the soundtrack. Come on, man, that was
Yeah.
incredible.
Dude,
Yeah.
that was incredible.
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Like,
But
that was
Lil, I
phenomenal.
mean, I did the same thing when the '89 Batman first dropped. Is that I remember I think Ghostbusters hit around the same time, Ghostbusters 2. So I had my ticket for that, and the line for Batman was so damn long that I didn't want to get into it. So I tried to sneak in with the Ghostbusters ticket, but unfortunately the usher recognized the ticket. He's like, nope, you ain't getting in, dude. So,
I always knew Mario was a wild man.
And Mario is
so
still hustling.
bro,
Mario's a hustler.
hey man, you know
Bro.
that you had to do what you had to do in those days, man. I
you
mean,
did
don't.
you,
to
you
get
know, and that
in.
was it. I mean,
It's a
come on,
movie.
dude.
to get
And-
in. Like you had to basically.
You're like Aladdin, Mario. You're like
Hey,
doing what you
man.
gotta do, man.
Hey,
Exactly.
Will, I just sent you something.
Oh, what'd you send me? Hold on. Oh,
But eventually I got in.
hold on.
It was amazing.
I'm afraid. Oh, okay, hold on.
The days of theater.
This is gonna be perfect.
Right?
This is a shout out to our true bro who we did not do dirty. Definitely not.
He fits right
I
in.
almost didn't recognize.
He looks like almost
Oh,
like
that's
Andrew
great.
Garfield or something.
He looks
Like-
more like Ezra when he was introducing the film.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna comment on that, but can we at least like throw that out there? Like, what was happening there?
Well,
Like,
you know what to
Oh,
do.
he had. Did he have a
man.
dog collar on?
I don't. Bro.
The bad thing is he's
I
not
think
even
so.
he's not even in the stream right now.
Put him in
Like-
there, Lyle.
I
No,
can't
I
tag
saw him
so
earlier.
I don't. Yeah, but I don't think he's
Like,
here now.
I was confused. I'm like, look, I get fashion. I mean, I understand it, but at the same time, I was a little confused.
He's on a good one and not sharing, dude.
Or
Yeah.
just, you know what? Bring it back up. Bring it back up one more time.
Hold up, what the photo?
Yeah.
I'm pretty
What,
sure
KG
Anthony
or
can
just the regular
Photoshop
photo?
it.
Yeah, the KG. I'll just screenshot it.
Oh,
Send
hold
it.
on.
KG Miller.
There we go.
Where did you
Alright,
guys
send
find
it to
that
him.
photo of him, dude?
Of who?
Yes, of KG.
Oh, yeah, I actually screenshot it from another.
Another stream?
Yeah.
I was gonna say
That's
that's
growing-
that's
Willy
specific
Wonka
expression,
face
dude.
right
Like,
See, that's what I'm afraid of, being in all these cameras and shit. You're in some compromising position here.
I know, dude. I know.
So there's one way to fix that optical. So I'm gonna go like this for the rest of the stream because I don't want any motherfuckers, doing that to me.
Yeah, nah.
KG said, "Let me on." I'm like, KG, we're about to finish though. So
Yeah.
we're about to,
did he message you just
And
now?
if we
or-
do that, we can't put your picture in there.
Exactly, But we do have a super chat from good old Lynch Design. This dude, honestly, like he's such an amazing guy.
Yeah,
like,
he's awesome.
We
dude.
cannot say enough
He's
good things
super
about
cool.
this dude.
He's super cool.
Like he
for real.
really is. And I
Lynch-
actually got to stream with him on KG's earlier. So yeah,
Lynch
he's
is the reason why we're playing Back for
Lack
Blood.
for Blood. Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna hop on with us or not. Obstacle. We're gonna
We
find
should.
out.
I mean, there's only 2 of us. It means
because you're supposed to have 4, I think. So
You're
but
not
we can do.
supposed- Yeah, I mean, you got me. I'm like 3 people. So
That's true. You do crazy. Except in Last of Us. Except in Last of Us.
Whenever I buy it, I'm down.
Oh, all right. We'll have 4 then. We got it, Anthony. So, all right. So, shout out to this great panel, the fast community and a fantastic community in the chat. Nothing but love to everyone. Obstacle will see him Back for Blood. Hell yeah. Mario Leo Mafia, you guys rock as well. Thank you so much, Lynch. You're the man. Dude.
Thanks, Joe,
Seriously.
dude.
So,
KG's in the house now. I fucking
There he
sent
is.
him that. I sent him the screenshot. I was like, "You famous, bro?"
oh my God. Yeah. 6 Gary's gotta hide your face. Exactly, man. Don't post any photos on social media ever again because people are going to take them. You know.
I've been eating ice
Oh,
cream.
man.
Hot
I'm
dogs.
deleting my accounts, man.
Yeah, I know. Just like, Mario, you disappear. Where's your face?
Hey, I'm here, dude. As long as you can hear me, right?
I can see you're like your logo is pulsating. So, yeah.
Pulsating, 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 pulsating.
You don't have pants.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have pants on right now, Mario. That's what it is. But
Well,
Mario, I'll let you go first on this one. We're about to wrap
All right.
things up. So what do you have
Cool.
coming up on the Collecting Weekly channel?
Tonight we just did a stream with a new show that we're calling where we're putting Legos together and drinking. They're calling it Bricks and Brews. So they just had a stream today. Monday nights we got our unboxing. Tuesday nights is our standard weekly show, and I've got my own show, In and Outs of Collecting, every other Friday night. Leo just joined us for that the other night. It was great having him on, and it was
Nice.
a fun show, man. We went on for
Yeah,
about 3 hours.
Definitely.
But no, it was a good time. And we actually have a giveaway going on right now with Collector's Own. Marcos is sponsoring a 1/10 Iron Studios Hulk for that. So yeah, go check it out. We got info on that on our page, on our In and Outs of Collecting Instagram page. You guys can look into that and yeah. That's pretty much
Can I get in that thing, Mario?
Yeah,
why
can I get
not? Why not? Go for it.
Are you guys
Go
going to
for
get a giveaway from Alter Ego? Or
No, not yet. I haven't actually
Okay,
reached
'cause you
out. I
need
haven't
one.
heard from anybody yet. So
Okay.
possibly in the future, you never know. We'll
yeah,
see.
they're a great company. So, Obstacle,
Yeah,
what do you
I've
have?
heard the
What do you have coming up, man?
Nothing. I just don't want to talk because I don't want to get canceled. So-
Too late, dude.
Too late.
You're like me now. Join the club.
Yeah, I mean, you're the center of all these controversy. I kind of like thinking twice of streaming with you.
I know,
always get in
dude.
trouble.
Obstacle did call me the Loki of collecting. I was like, I'll take it. I'll accept it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I
That
don't know
fits.
if I should continue to do this, but no, but yeah, I just finished The Last of Us. Ellie, then Clicker is uploading as we speak, and Joel. So
Dude, that Ellie video seriously was perfect. Like the green screen on that was awesome, dude. Seriously.
thanks. Yeah. But yeah, those are 2 coming ups, and the quarter scale Spider-Man behind me,
Yeah.
and then yeah.
Dude, that
Something
looks
else.
good. I'm just now seeing it in the background. I didn't catch that before.
It's
That looks
huge,
great.
man. So that's quarter scale Batman. I think I'm gonna get that too. I have newfound respect for quarter scale.
You're gonna
now.
get the quarter scale Dark Knight Bale?
I might, yeah.
Oh, dude.
Wow.
I like the base. It does
Mhm.
have that.
I was wondering
Yeah,
if they'd
card
make a
scale.
Bane in quarter scale.
That would be nice.
They might.
Hey, if you say that's the best Batman, you got to own that shit, bro.
Oh
Yeah.
no, yeah, it is. Yes,
You gotta
that's
pick,
right.
pick
It-
him up.
I
was
think
like
it is
the
too,
89
Anthony.
Come on,
Christian
man.
Bale's the best to me too, yeah. But
Man, killing me. Killing me.
Sorry, Anthony. I agree, also, dude.
Yeah, I like Christian
Batman.
Bale.
Batman Begins. That's my jam, dude.
Batman Begins is great.
I don't-
Cinematic.
It was good, but I don't know. Keaton's still the best.
Yeah, Keaton.
I agree with Anthony. I like 89 Batman when I was a kid, and then I grew up.
No, man, he's just too good.
Yeah. So Anthony, what do you have coming up on your channel, man?
A lot of stuff. Well, yeah, a lot of stuff. Really, we're doing more reviews. Our streams. I think we're doing Tuesdays and Thursdays. Lynch, myself, and Rodrigo. We're gonna start doing some Star Trek episodes too. We're gonna be talking some Trek and kind of getting into that angle too. And I think at 750 because we're growing pretty quick. So at 750 subs, I think we're doing a hot toy giveaway. And then at 1,000, we're gonna do it again. So it's been like, yeah, it's going pretty crazy. We got a lot of things in the works, but I can't talk about too much. Just
Hey,
stay
are we?
tuned. And
Anybody on the panel eligible for that giveaway?
Yeah, man.
Bet.
Everybody,
All right.
yeah.
everybody, dude. Like,
What's your
yeah, for
PayPal,
sure.
Anthony? So
I know. Huh?
No, yeah, no, for real. No, so we're gonna double down on that one. You know, hopefully that goes pretty strong here, and yeah, that's it, man. Just rocking, doing a bunch of stuff, man. It's just
Nice,
fun.
man.
Awesome.
Your reviews are coming out great. Seriously.
I appreciate it. Yeah,
All
it's,
of you guys
know,
are killing it. And Lael, his posing videos. Whew.
Yeah.
They're even
yeah.
getting me a non-poser thinking about it.
I'm
So,
digging the posing.
Yeah, I
videos.
just watched
Yeah.
that Miles, dude. I mean, that was good stuff, man.
Yeah. That's pretty much where I'm going with it now. Actually stepping away from the reviews more so because it's like I said, I mean, everybody's doing such great reviews. And I think it's like just creating a different aspect of it because posing is pretty much a passion of mine. So I wanted to kind of step in that arena. And I mean, just kind of I think it's just more for me because I just, getting all the accessories out, talking about that and stuff like that. It's just, I mean, to me, it just kind of like it. I guess it just got out, and this is like just certain discussions that we've all had before. You know what I mean? It's just like you got to have. I don't want to run into the area where it's like I'm kind of running into, it seems similar to anyone else's. So I mean, I think for me posing, which is kind of like an entry to just reviewing in a sense, but I just want to dive directly into just doing posing videos and just keep it at that for me.
yeah.
So that's, like I said, I'm just more so focusing on, take your position more so now and, just less and less reviews. Next, take your position is going to be with the Death Watch Mando. So that one should be coming in between tonight or tomorrow, possibly. Then we have comic book talk with friends tomorrow. Tomorrow night with with the fellas. We'll probably be going through the DC fandom again, just from a different aspect of it. Also talking about the comic content that was released. Wednesday we'll definitely have Say What segment talk about just some figures. I'm guessing we'll have hopefully we'll see, what's going down with the releases this week. If we get Ahsoka, possibly, I don't know. If we get a couple of others, we'll see how that actually goes. Like they've been so far consistent with releases within the last couple of weeks, so we'll see how they do that. And then Thursday night, we're supposed to have Uncivilized Scoundrel, me and Mario. With some Star Wars content, so definitely look out for that. That's pretty much everything that's actually going on this week. That's all so far. So,
Dude, that's
I think it's a
stuff,
great
though.
idea, Lael, too. I was just gonna say because I think that's a great idea too, doing the
What?
posing videos.
Yeah. It's unique.
Because
No
like
one else
what you
is
were
doing
saying
that,
too.
really.
Like I try to do my reviews
Jedi,
in like
but-
in my own kind of way, and it's like what I mean. It's hard, right? We got a lot of
yeah,
there's a lot out
Tutorials,
there,
yeah.
and posing is legit, man. Like,
Yeah.
for real. And it's it's
there's a lot of
work.
people, and the thing is, it's like I know there's a lot of people who want to, it's good. I mean, look, I want to cover every aspect of it, museum poses, but just taking those museum poses, just tweaking them slightly to give it more presence.
Yeah, just
It's like
step it up
what I
a
mean.
notch.
Like if you think about it, like coming up, Mario, you can attest to this. Coming up, like when we did, having figures, especially if you got Kenner,
5 POA.
Hasbro. Yeah, like they were just straight like that. So you had no
Yep.
choice but to actually have them, in museum poses because you couldn't do too much. Now we have fully articulated figures. So it just makes sense to now just show people how to, you can still have your museum poses, tweak it a slight bit, but if you just want to go all out, and I know people are talking about, and I also even on the next couple of videos, I'm going to talk about even room climate, how that plays a role into it, because half the time when you're posing these figures, if you pose them a certain way and you're worried about damaging the integrity, also you want to check the climate and the temperature within the room, because it will still help for you to hold the integrity if the room is cooled, if it's not too hot, if the temperature, because then you're not taking away from it. But just to kind of cover those, and then also talking about some of the different vices that I use on the material to make sure it's kind of reserved as well. So, I mean, I just want to kind of cover every aspect of it, and I think that's just more my niche now, because that's where I kind of want to stay in. So, that's it.
Dude, that all sounds amazing. And Lynch Design with another amazing, thoughtful, and generous super chat. Lael's Miles posing video is sick. Agreed.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Yeah, all Lael's poses. Dude, Lael, I definitely want to see another posing contest between you and Jeddah. because that was fun. And he's the only other one that does like posing videos like you.
Yeah,
So you guys are the
yeah.
only ones really doing that.
Well, there's also posing with Peter. I think
That's
he
true.
does
Yeah, I
it-
forgot about
I
Peter.
think,
Yeah,
I think
Peter's
he
good.
I
actually
doesn't
also
has.
post- he
posed the
doesn't
shit
post
out
that
of all mine
much.
at the end.
Yeah,
Yeah, but Anthony, I'm talking about just like a
No,
dedicated posing
not
video
dedicated,
specifically to
no,
you.
I just-
yeah, but I get
Yeah.
what you mean. Yeah, all the reviewers, you guys all pose them in different ways during the
'Cause
reviews.
that's the
but-
longest
Yeah,
part. I mean, for
yeah.
me.
Yeah, because you got to get the right pose. Yeah, but
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I just So I mean, just giving it a different approach. That's all. And the thing is not taken away from people who really want to have just museum poses, because I understand, like, if you're paying top dollar for these figures, you don't want to damage them. But at the same time, like, I mean, if you can kind of tweak them and just have like a different aspect and stuff like that. And me myself, like I said, especially with the DTOFs, I don't want to cram everything in. I just want to
Right.
have each DTOF tell a story, or even in my module cases, have them tell a story. So that's it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I really appreciate you joining me tonight. It was a lot of fun. We hit a lot of great topics. If you guys are watching, Optical and I are about to stream Back for Blood in about 20 minutes. So be on the lookout for that, because we're going to play this new game. It's basically Left 4 Dead, a new version. It's from the same creators as the original versions. And that game always was fun to play. So Optical, I was playing a little bit earlier. This one's going to be crazy, dude.
You're a snake.
I was playing a little bit earlier. I played single player though. I wasn't playing online or anything. But I just there's like a tutorial, and that's all I played. So it's fun. You can use different weapons. There's bats, guns. It's going to be, and I can heal you, so I won't leave you to die. So
Thanks.
yeah, I was
Not
healing
Call
you.
of Duty.
Yeah, dude, Call of Duty, Anthony. We've been playing, dude. Optical is a beast in Call of Duty. Seriously, I'm
Anthony,
like,
are you gonna Brandon us when we play Call of Duty?
yeah. Brendan would like talk about how great he was. Then he was like not doing that great.
Oh, dude, bro. Yeah, no, I just gotta. You know what happened was I repurchased Black Ops because the whole
Yeah.
situation happened with Warzone, and then I bought Vanguard as soon as they announced it. But I had to buy it on a new account because my Warzone's banned, and all 3 games are connected to the Modern Warfare EXE. So I was like, yeah, I'm down whenever. Just haven't played shit, but I'm ready
Gotcha.
whenever, man.
All right,
You guys
dude.
let me just send me an invite. I'll reinstall.
Well, thank you all for joining. It's been great. Sorry, it's so hard to address the chat when we have these conversations going on and keep everyone on track here. But thank you all for joining. It's always amazing to have you in the chat, and always just connect with me and everyone else here on YouTube, Instagram, all the platforms that we're on. And yeah, we'll catch you in the next one. We'll run this thing every Sunday, Collectors Mingle. For this episode, we are out. Thank you guys again so much.